ladies and gentlemen, we are in a 2018 SRT Durango. So I've done the SRT 8 Jeep, I've done the Trackhawk, I've done the Demon, I've done the Hellcat Red Eye, I've done the Hellcat, done it all from Dodge, because I really appreciate what Dodge has done and why they've had this really neat philosophy of just building cars that make absolutely no sense business-wise, but they still do it. And that's why I really respect Dodge's performance division, because they make these very strange things. So the way Dodge markets this car, SUV, I keep saying car. I drive cars usually. Give me a break here. Dodge markets this vehicle as the fastest three-road SUV or fastest three-row vehicle. Think about it. What else has 3 rows that has 475 horsepower? Practically nothing, because you want to think about SUVs. You think the Trackhawk, you think the Lamborghini Urus, you think the SQ5. Nope. Those, for the most part, are not 3-row. Pretty blown away by this. It's pretty interesting, because everybody just wants to think about the Trackhawk, right? Not everybody can afford the Trackhawk. So what's another thing that gives you even more room and is still pretty fast? It's this. I just did that around a turn. Like, that wasn't even a straightaway. Launch control, maybe. Yeah. Pretty good 0 to 60 for Big Bertha. The whole thing squats. Like, I think it's just gonna be this kind of unassuming, okay, not unassuming, it's a Hemi still. It has a lot of torque. But I thought it was gonna go, okay, we're going. No, it literally loads up the brakes and you floor it like a GTR. You do the same launch control as a Nissan GTR. You do the full brake applied, full gas applied, let go of the brake. You just follow the directions. It has instructions. Like, you can't, that's amazing. True, an average Joe who buys this truck can do launch control, no problem. So, what makes the SRT Durango so great? One, it's all-wheel drive. I did not know that, learned that today, that's a really amazing thing to add to this thing. And it's got an 8-speed transmission. And it's a Big Bertha car, there's a lot of room you gotta work with, but right off the bat, seating position's good. I love the digital dash. I love the screen right here, which is very similar to what's in the Hellcat and the Demon. The interior has great materials. It's got leather everywhere. I love the red seats. It's extremely roomy, and if you think about it, this is a perfect, what I call, compromise vehicle. If you have a family, you have kids, you had a sports car at one point, and you need something that kind of meets in the middle, something you can rip on, enjoy, but at the same time, you have all the space you ever need. It's like a hot hatch times a million, you know? Take the 392 V8, which is essentially 475 horsepower. You have paddle shifters here that you actually don't feel that bad. A lot of the times with American brands, the paddle shifters are this weird plastic that creaks when you pull on them. This feels great. They feel really well and put together. All right. Little test it. What's really neat about it is my brain is still thinking about the Challenger Scat Pack. I'm thinking about spinning. I'm thinking about getting ready or going over bumps. This thing's heavy, so you go over a bump, does not matter. If you want a really different, obscure selling point to the Durango SRT, if you're having fun in this thing, and you get on it, you're making these loud Hemi V8 noises and cornering around, you really think that the average Joe thinks this truck or SUV is capable of what it actually is capable of? It's got a similar hood to what the Hellcat has. It's got the big nostrils up front. So I'm gonna barely get into it here, and you're already up to speed real quick. Second, okay. Yeah, manual mode, it's a lot of fun. I really dig the manual mode. Get more motor noise actually like this. There we go. That sounds so good. This kind of feels like if you took the Challenger and made it actually usable. Like, in a lot of ways. It's all-wheel drive. You can go through the snow in it, the mud in it, the dirt. Whoa, that burble between shifts is crazy. scary, right? It's fast, trust me. It is fast. It's a fast vehicle made by Dodge, but yeah, it's just so weird that Chrysler Dodge went from building Sebrings and Intrepids and Stratuses to this. Favorite things is, as I'm looking at this screen, it's giving me constant data. So I can do 0 to 60s, which can get you in trouble. You know, you're just doing a freaking launch on the street, going, I wonder what this will do in a quarter mile, and you can just do it on the street. It also tells me what RPMs, my power, my torque, what torque am I at this very moment? What power am I at this very moment? You drive it a lot like you would drive like an STI or an Evo, because with the all-wheel drive, you ease into the power and you get on it to get around the corner. Because if you let off, you understeer. And if you understeer, you go off the road. So you shouldn't do that. Funk. Every time you do it, you feel the whole car just bump forward. Some people might not like that. I think it's great. It kind of adds some character to the car, or SUV. One of the reasons why I'm able to rip this thing around is because it has really, really solid brakes on it. The other thing is, it has stainless works exhaust, and it sounds magnificent. So this isn't the factory exhaust, but I imagine it still sounds pretty good from factory too. I didn't really think, I just really didn't know what to expect when I got in this thing today. I just wasn't really sure how I'd react to it. What would it be like? Would it be too big? And honestly, it really is dwarfed when you're in it. When you see it from the outside, you're like, yeah, that's too much. I'm good. I don't know if I want to drive that because it seems wide on a country road. Then I get in it and I am not intimidated at all. Driving like a stock truck is more intimidating than driving this thing. You turn. Stop. 6-piston brakes up front. The only caliper on the market right now from the factory that outdoes this brake caliper is the Lamborghini Urus. But at the same time, you have braking power, and that is really important when you're dealing with something this big. And well, that's really all I gotta say. I mean, the Durango SRT is a really interesting, very weird choice by Dodge, but I like weird choices by companies. Without weird choices, we wouldn't have legends in the car industry that end up becoming those quirky cars we love, right? And this one, I think, in the future will be looked back at and be like, wow, they built that? Why? And people are gonna go, because they could. On that note, I wanna thank each and every one of you for watching this video. And if you have seen the Durango SRT, what do you think about it? I would love to hear your opinion about this thing because it's so weird and so unique. And on that note, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye! This video is brought to you by Patterson Car Care. Get double of premium original detail product for half the price. Head over to PattersonCarCare.com or go to the link in the description below.